In the first part, we painted a cute cupcake, and today we are gonna paint a delicious donut. So almost all of you know that I always start my drawings with loose sketching because the first thing that we do while drawing or painting anything is developing a concept. And loose sketching help you stay focused on the ideation part rather than drowning more into details, line and stuff like that. Another tip I would like to share with you is try a light color for loose sketching over any other dark color, because there is a weird psychology with the dark color that whenever you draw something using a dark color or with a pen, you can't make mistakes. Your lines needs to be perfect. You can't overpaint or overdraw on a dark color. Whereas the light color helps you to be honest with your ideation part and focus more on the overall layout of your design. So always sketch with the light color until you become a master. Now my concept is ready, and before I start working on my final lines, I need to finalize the position of my light source. So the basic concept of lighting is very simple. Wherever you're gonna put your light source, the shadows will always be formed right on the opposite side of it. Usually I use default ink brush for inking and outline, but recently I found this amazing tool especially for inking. It's called dynamic brush tool. It gives you extra smoothness and laziness options to make your lines look more clean. Another very important thing I figured that the black colored outline look really boring. So try using a color which is dark and has a similar color tone of your overall object. In our case, the overall color palette is warm, so I picked a dark warm color for outline. Also, this technique makes sure that your outline isn't stealing attention from the rest of your artwork but complementing the artwork. Also, I figured that very specific outline look boring, so try adding some hints for the curvature of the donut by like putting some random marks here and there. Now put some colorful sweet sprinkles on the top of the cream layer. Also be mindful about the curvature of the donut while putting the sprinkles because it would cause a little change in the shape and size. So just be careful. Now let's add the background, and you all know that I am not a big fan of the flat backgrounds, so I usually put gradients because it makes the background looks like a studio background. See, that looks premium, isn't it? As we have already discussed about the position of our light source, so according to that, let's add the shadows now. I'll be using the soft airbrush to paint the soft shadows. Now let's start filling the colors in our donut. The one trick that I use to fill color is by creating a mask, which is more or less like a line with no leakage. And then with the help of paint bucket tool, I fill the mask with the same color. Easy, right? Now here at this point, I won't teach you about which color to pick for sprinkles. You know, just go crazy. And now begins the fun part where we're going to paint the highlights, midtone and shadows. Always paint the highlights and shadows on a separated clipped layer because you never want to mess with the original layer. Also, the brush I'm using to paint right now is soft air brush. If you're a Photoshop user, go with soft round brush. You know, round brushes are really powerful brushes, and it won't be wrong of me to name them as like father of all the brushes. There is a very important lesson I got to learn lately. What used to happen in my initial days of learning digital art, that I would always darken the color to paint the shadows. But over a certain period of time I noticed that no, shadows are never just some dark color. They have colors, and most of the time they becomes extra saturated and little dark of course, but extra saturated. So try implementing that technique and your shadows will never look muddy again. Now here donut cream layer would require some extra highlight to emphasize the glossiness, and also apply the same techniques that you have learned so far on the sprinkles too. Our delicious donut is finally ready. Here, I'm done with my part. Now it's your turn to smash the like button and drop your feedbacks in the comment box below. Also give me some ideas that what should I paint in my next video. I wish you all an amazing week and a mouth-watering donut art. See you all next week. Bye bye.